Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are doing the Lego Friday Lego Let's Chat. It is the 6th bag on the Lego Retro Radio. And last time we put together the side panels. I think we also had the tuning knob added. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera, but when you turn the knob, it moves the needle on the tuner. It also rotates this little thing, which is going to connect to the sound block, which is going to be probably last. But this was sent in by Cosmic Dancer. So once again, thank you ever so much to Cosmic for the lovely birthday gift. It's almost been a month now, but it's the kind of the gift that keeps on giving when you get a Lego set that you can build a little bit every week live on stream. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. The other VODs for the progress on this are available on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. And that is also where you can find the VODs from the last couple days after we upgraded the Citadel Minecraft server to Minecraft 1.21.5. Had a little bit of a mini server tour as we went around and fixed up a couple of things. Fixed the iron farm and got some levels at the ender. It's a fairly small bag for bag 6. It sounds like a bowl of chips. Now I want snacks, Blast Jordan. Now I want snacks. I have sausages for dinner tonight, and what I do not have is a bag of chips. And it's really miserable weather out. It's raining. I still, if it stops raining a little bit, I might run out to the store. I might walk up to the corner store and get some potato chips to go with my dinner. Lots of these. What's everybody's favorite type of potato chips? I tend to go with just plain, but I like a ripple cut. But I've also been recently turned on to spicy dill pickle chips. The other one that I tried that was really good was Dijon honey mustard. Those go really good with a sandwich. Grumpa, hello, hello. I should mention, it is in the stream title, but we have been added to the public playtest for Modulus, which is an upcoming factory automation game but it looks like it's voxel based. So think like Minecraft meets Satisfactory with a little bit of Shapes 2 and Industries of Titan, which we have played on the stream before, although it's been a long time since I've played Industries of Titan. I think I scraped my map. Scuff marks. That's not good. I wonder how that happened. And thank you for the link for Modulus in chat, Sandy. Dan watched the trailer for Modulus earlier, thought it looked fun. Yeah, I think it looks really neat. It looks really chill. Like it's got that automation going for it, but then I feel like Satisfactory has an intensity to it. Whereas this looks like it's a little bit more laid back. There's a tilt focus to the graphics, tilt shift focus. So it has that kind of cozy vibe that you'd see from like a gardening game or one of those procedural building games. Oh, what was it called? Pixel was talking about it on the Spawn Chunks a while ago. Everglade or something, maybe? Cozy Glade? No, what's it called? I guess I could have squished. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a bit of like a puzzle solving game, it looks like. And I'm curious about how the voxel stuff is all out. Because I don't know if I don't think I played Shapes. I think I I maybe played the demo. I'm pretty sure I watched Exumavoid play shapes, though. I've definitely seen enough gameplay of it to really understand how it all goes down. Both Shapes and Shapes 2 is fun, though I tend to start over every time I play it. Really? That's interesting. The thing about those games that I think is something that's lost on me is that it's all about kind of brute forcing the problem and not as much about aesthetics. I feel like Modulus might actually have some aesthetic gameplay to it, but I don't know. It does sort of feel like production is going to be key. Kind of an odd layout, this bag, but not a big bag, so that's good. I've found over the years of doing this stuff live, I prefer smaller bags. I think it changes things up nicely. 5 we did last time. Bag 6. Again, I always forget to take a screenshot. Or I guess in this case, a photo. I don't do very many before and after screenshots in Minecraft either. I need to get better at that. Is it just me or is the volume a bit low? Shouldn't be. I mean, I might be farther away from the mic at some points. Oh, maybe I bumped the mic. Hold on. maybe. I think this is where it's supposed to be. These go in sideways like this. And then we've got one of these. That's an odd connection, but I mean, it works. It just is strange. Looks like we build this one up first. Same kind of connection as before. And then this goes there. There is a part in the front of this where your phone actually goes. If you wanted to put your phone in it and play music, which I think is kind of fun. I think that might be what, at least part of what we're doing right now. Has anybody in the chat played Modulus as part of the playtest at all? And then we've got this one, that one of these. Nope, two of these. It's been really cool in this set to see how they change directions and change angles and what they're choosing to put studs on. It's a neat design process. There's also something really satisfying about Lego tiles, the ones without the studs. How does this go? This way. Yeah, okay. And then we got 7 of these. The first song ever to be broadcast on the radio was Oh Holy Night on December 24th, 1906. Huh, I did not know that. I don't know if a lot of people knew that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot of detail in that little piece there. I've had to mute my mic a couple times in the last 2 days on stream. I mean, more than a couple times. I'm wondering if in the process of muting it, I maybe have adjusted the volume. I'll double check before I start the next stream. Grumpa says, I'm eager to play, but no, I have not played Modulus yet. SweetSandi took a quick look earlier today, but the laptop got too hot. Oh, yeah? I'm hoping the performance is going to be okay, because I don't have a super great computer. It's good, but it's not amazing. I always find 1x1 bricks to be frustrating because they do have a little bit of a twist to them. Same with 1x1 plates. If anything, 1x1 plates are even trickier. Sometimes when you have another piece to lock them in, it helps a lot, but even then, still a little bit of wiggle. Cool. Then so we've got these two little gaps. Assuming that's on purpose. Feels like that lines up with something over here, maybe. Oh, I see. It's the speaker hole. Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong. Retro, hello, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. JPrice, good to see you as well. It's been a decent week. It's been, I guess, I don't want to say slow. Work has been busy, but I've had a lot of downtime because I pulled a muscle at the gym on Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. I think it was Tuesday. Nope, it was Monday. It might, you know what? It might have even been last week. I think it was Friday. So yeah, I pulled a muscle in my back. Not like low back, so it's not affecting like my day-to-day, but it's a stabilizer muscle that I need for other things. So I've been taking it easy. I've been pretty good at doing that. Like if I end up with an injury, like I tend to be pretty good about like not pushing it. Oh, I see. This goes over the hole. Ah, okay. Locks together like that. That's the speaker hole. Pretty cool. Oh, I see. And this goes across the front like this. I'm glad that wasn't a sticker. Dear Lego, whenever you do stuff like this, all of your Lego fans, I shouldn't say all, most of us, I would say, squee at the lack of having to put a precise sticker on the front of a thing that you've spent hours building. I would much rather have a printed piece. That's a really cool, solid addition. I think one of the pieces is a little bent. And then two of those and one of those. One piece left over. I don't see any spots where I would have missed it. That's obvious. So it must be one of the spare pieces that they often put in the bags. Oh, and then we are right on to bag 7. Okay. I thought this might be joining the kit. I think what we'll do, just because it's not been quite an hour, but I'm going to be streaming for a while today because we're going to be playing Modulus after this. So I think what we'll do is I'll step away for a short break. Now, again, it's a little bit early, but I'll keep it short. And then we come back, we'll do bag 7. All right. I don't know what I can do. I tried moving the lights around. The light is reflecting off of the white Lego like really, really bright, and I don't know exactly how to fix it. I don't see it. It's a camera thing. Thanks, Blast. Thanks, Dan. $142. Nope, we got some teal pieces coming in. Such a nice color. A lot of these pieces. Holy crap. It's funny. I'm not sure whether it's just the way that they're shaped, but the plastic Lego pieces, these pieces, they have a higher sound to them. Like they have like a chink sort of sound. These are more like a clack. It's interesting. They almost feel like softer plastic. Maybe it's because they're not hollow, like they don't have anything to echo. No, I think it's just the light from outside. The sun is trying. It's been a super rainy day. Like I was walking around turning on lights in my apartment at 10 o'clock this morning because it was so dark. The thunder shower that went over, it was just like blackness. It made visibility in Minecraft look good. These kind of pieces, especially with all the repetition, reminds me of Star Wars ships. As cool as they are, sometimes when you're building them, there can be quite a lot of repetition. Does anybody have any Lego sets of their own on the go? I have to think about what I might want to do after this. I do still have the light kits to mess around with. I don't know if I'd want to do that on stream though. There's a gray version. I really wish that YouTube had better false positive recognition for copyright music, because I would just let music go while we did this, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the VODs on YouTube. But unfortunately, whenever I do that, I'm often met with a lot of false positive copyright claims, and then I can't make any money on the video. They've used a lot of these rounded two-stud plates, and I'm not entirely sure why they've chosen that instead of a regular plate. I don't care. There's definitely a lot of questions I have when I'm building Lego where it's like, man, I would love to interview the designer behind these and like talk about the block or piece choice, block choice. My Minecraft brain taking over. You know what I mean? Like, why are these this shape instead of that shape? You know, like, just curious as to what that decision would be. Like, is it a budgetary thing? Is it like ease of placement? JPrice says, I have all of the Formula 1 racing team cars, just one of each, and some of the older retro sets to build as well. Very cool. Did you see the new Lego Corvette? I saw an ad on Instagram for that the other day. Looks really cool. starting right off with the big pieces. Sometimes I feel like getting the pieces out of my knolling layout is like playing that old board game Operation. Try not to nudge anything. $13 of these going right now. Wow. It's a little bendy. I think that's the other thing that's surprising about a lot of when you have a lot of repetition. It's just how quickly the set comes together when you have to place like 26 of the same piece. Yeah, that's an odd way to do that. It's not very sturdy through here, so it bends when you're trying to straighten them out. Again, I'm curious about those pieces as a choice as well. Don't make the nose light up? What? Hey, there's Donaraff. How's it going? So we're going to make the opposite shape that we did down below. Makes sense. There must be something on the original radio design that they're using for inspiration with these little black pieces in it. It's really cool. You can't see this detail necessarily right away in the photos that are on the box, but you can absolutely see them up close here when you're making them. And plus, I guess as the person assembling it, you know they're there, so you're kind of looking for the details. I'm not quite sure if you can see it on camera, but there's like a hole that has like an arc here, and we're doing the opposite arc up there. You can see it a lot clearer on the back, of course. One piece, they say. And then another 13 of these things. Saw that coming. Very cool. And this goes backwards. Was not anticipating that. Really not sure what these pieces on the back are for. Going to be some sort of vertical connection, I guess. I'm having a big hand day. Everything just feels tiny. AM, amplitude modulation, and FM, frequency modulation, are two different ways to send and receive radio signals. I knew that AM and FM were different, and I knew that FM was frequency modulation. I don't think I knew that AM stood for amplitude modulation. I wonder why there's two different ways. Like, why is there not just like one way to do radio? And how, or like, how come there's not 4 different ways? I wonder if it's like a range thing. I wonder if AM came before FM. Probably. I just remember as a kid in the car that whenever my dad wanted to listen to AM radio, I always found it really boring. FM radio was where all the normal like pop music was. Although some of his FM stations were also terrible. My dad likes folk music, which is fine. I'm not throwing any shade at folk music. I like some of it now too, but when you're 10, it's a no. Generally speaking. All right, so then we've got these pieces all along the front. That's a really cool structure. I quite like that. The Penguin Dude says AM has a better range than FM. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Aha, the verticality has been revealed. All right. Oh, it's only been like 20 minutes, so we're just going to keep on going. 156. This is the last bag. SweetSandi, 100 bags, 7 bits. Thanks very much. It's a lot of little pieces in this one. This is the final bag, bag 8. And then we've got something special in there. I spoke too soon. All that is just an elastic. And this is the Lego sound brick. That's hilarious. Funny. Could you guys hear that? I can bring it up closer to the mic. So there's a little play button right there. And that I think is what's going to get nudged by this little part in here. And it scrolls through a bunch of different like old-timey radio stations. Listen to this. Ham salad, good for the astronauts and good for the family. Just static. I recognize that tune. Oh gosh, what is that? It was like a country version of a modern song. Sportscast. That's great. Glam Pixie, it's everything is awesome from the Lego movie. You're right. You're right. That is hilarious. Good ear. I was like, oh, I've heard that before. It was stuck in my head for a week. Oh, good catch. Good catch. Also, hi Glam Pixie, welcome in. When I saw this bag, I was like, there doesn't seem to be a lot in it, but I guess the only thing really left to do is just attach the front panel and the handle, right? Lots of really little pieces and gears, though. This should be interesting. Including flippers. Really curious what they're going to do with the minifig scuba diving flipper. A unique piece to be in a radio. Oh, there's the antenna too. Forget about that. That's what a lot of these pieces are. Kind of like a silvery chrome finish to those. Some more of those rubber pieces. Obviously, there's going to be some switches and tension in this build, this bag. Yeah, lots of Technic stuff. This should be cool. I know I keep making this threat, but I should look into getting a secondary microphone. Something with a really short range and just point it right at the table. I feel like there's probably an audience for the ASMR of just the Lego pieces clicking and clacking around. What I'd really like right now is my voice back. Man. It's officially been 3 weeks. You know, it's a pain whenever it happens to anybody, but like it's something you're acutely aware of when part of your job is speaking daily, publicly, on the internet. And at any given time, someone that sees a VOD or comes into a stream, it could be their first impression. And so to have your voice, which is kind of like your business card, be off is very frustrating. So if I tend to mention it a lot, it's because I want people to be aware. Like potential new people. There's a little AM FM switch. Make sure that that's facing the right way. Have Nightbot give everyone a PSA every 10 minutes. To be honest, it doesn't sound nearly as off as I'm sure it sounds in your head. Yeah. Fun fact, I don't actually monitor when I'm on stream. I do on podcasts, but I don't actually monitor while I'm on stream. I find it distracting. I don't have any real like formal media training. Podcasting is something I fell into, and streaming is something that I started out of curiosity and necessity and marketing. And I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure there's lots of things that I'm doing wrong. MindTripMedia coming in with 100 bits. Thank you very much, MindTrip. How are you? How's your Friday? There's always that pang of sadness when you're coming to the end of a build. Especially when it's a cool one. You don't want it to be over. It's funny, after all of the warning, choking hazards, and all the battery warnings that were on the labels for this, there was no loose battery in the bags. It's screwed into that. Kind of funny. That's not going to go there, is it? So earlier today, I was messing around in ChatGPT with the new image generator, and I decided to see if it could generate a new emote for the channel. So I uploaded a couple of my old emotes, or I should say old, a couple of my current emotes, including the one that Donaraf just used, the picture of me that I illustrated a couple years ago with my hands over my head. And I asked it to come back with an angry Joel, a sad Joel, and a skeptical Joel. And while the image it returned wasn't perfect, it had all three emojis in the same image. It cut sad Joel in half for some reason, and it clipped off the edge of skeptical Joel. But angry Joel was in the middle. There were some issues with some white in the image versus transparent backgrounds and stuff. But the ability for ChatGPT to come pretty close to meshing, I wouldn't say it was able to copy my style, but it was able to copy a combination of my style and like the standard emoji style that you see out there. And in like, I don't know, it took me 5 minutes or less to write the prompt. And then it took another 5 minutes maybe. I went and I did something else, so I didn't actually get like a chime or anything when ChatGPT finished. But I'm telling you, like, it would have taken me a couple of hours to sketch, refine, ink, and color digitally a new emote. And for ChatGPT to turn one around in 10 minutes, we'll say, 15 minutes, is wild to me. Now, it's not something I would send to a client. It's not something I would say, hey, this is a finished thing. But for my own personal use and for something that's going to be this big on the screen, I mean, it would pass as far as I'm concerned. And it just, like, on one hand, for me personally, that's great. That means I can get some more emotes out to you folks, like ASAP. I'll be trying to refine the process to see if I can't come up with something a little bit more refined. But one of the things that immediately struck me was one of the things I used to do before podcasting and streaming full time was I would take commissions for cartoon avatars, for emotes, for people's pages. And that, like, that business would be in jeopardy. Which is just wild. Because if you had to ask me that 6 months ago, and you would have showed me what some of these image generations were doing 6 months ago, I would have said, like, not worried. You know, they would have been full of errors. They would have looked kind of crappy. It would have looked immediately immediately you could tell that it was generated by AI. When you're dealing with something this small, I don't know that you would be able to tell. Like if I had it ready today, I didn't have enough time to fix it, you know, and get it sorted before stream today. But if I had sorted it all out, I don't know that you all would be able to tell that I didn't draw it. Like another artist might, but I don't know about the general chat population. I don't know. I mean, now that I've told you, you will, but I feel like I'm laying out the pieces for one of those old school 80s model kits that you had to glue everything together. And you always had glue all of your fingers. Anybody remember those? I'm pretty sure I had a... You know what? I think it was the Space Shuttle Discovery, now that I say it. That's funny, now that I have a Lego version of the Space Shuttle Discovery in my living room. Those are really peculiar pieces. These ones with the little nubs in them. Final bag. Can it deliver to you in layers so you can import it to your choice software and refine it? Yeah, if I improve the prompt Dunneraf, I could probably get it to provide a vector graphic for me. And it was providing it in enough layers that I could mess with it, in that the background was transparent. But some of the errors that were coming up were like the eyeballs were transparent and the teeth. So if you look at that image of me, the emoji hype that's in the chat right now, the one with the little guy with my hands up in the air, in the sample it gave me, the glasses were white or off-white. It wasn't exact. But then the teeth were transparent. Right? That one's handy. So the teeth were transparent, but like I could fix that in seconds. Like I can drop that into Affinity Photo, put a white layer behind it, smush it, export it, done. And I would have had to import them put them out in different sizes anyway. I say that, and if I had to refine the prompt even farther, there was even a way for me to probably export different sizes. And there was a prompt after the image gen for ChatGPT to say, hey, do you want to try our slide generation tool or something? Slide and presentation generation. And it asked me, do you want to do an entire set of sub badges? I was like, okay, wait a minute. I mean, obviously I'm not the first person to try this. So there's definitely some interesting things that I want to try, because I've been trying to find the time forever to do the new emotes, because I thought I had a handle on it, and then Twitch started just adding more and more emotes, so it just became more and more work. Right. These two guys, of course, smash everything. Don't want that to hit the floor, it'll go forever. That way. All right, I guess that gets set aside. I do like the Technic pieces. Maybe one day I'll decide to actually grab a Technic Lego set. I don't know whether Steven has one or not. I feel like he might. We've discussed it before when it comes to the vehicles, and we find that the coverage is just not there. Forgive me. Who was it that has the F1? Is it Donaref? No. JPrice. So JPrice, with your F1, remind me, are they Technic sets, or are they like more Lego sets? Because there's the F1 cars are like this big, and then there's the F1 cars that are like that big. Well, I say that big. I think they're big. I've got no idea what I'm building here, by the way. But I do find this kind of stuff really cool. This is probably the tray for the phone, now that I think about it. Like that. Oh, get to find out what these are going to be used for. Yeah, I've got no clue. I mean, like, I think it's going to be the phone thing, but it's pretty small on camera. I imagine it's hard to tell. Connector piece. It's the smaller ones, not the Technic ones. Okay. You're a big Formula One fan, and you saw the cars. You had to have them all. That's cool. If you don't mind me asking, what's the price point on the small ones? I think the Technic ones are in the realm of like a couple $100, right? Missing a piece. This goes down here. Yep. Oh. Yeah, I think I cut myself earlier trying to put these little pieces together and missing. Right there. I'm seeing the symmetry coming in. Oh, that's why that was hollow. Gotcha. Okay. I was wondering why this didn't connect at all, but it's because we had that other piece to come in. And then we've got the rubber stoppers. Huh. Probably to keep, if it's the phone, then it's probably to keep the phone from vibrating up against the plastic too much, maybe? Be my guess. And then this. Goes in here. And we have 2 more these on the outside. So it's a little loose. Meant to slide up and down, I guess. Oh, there's an elastic. That's where the elastic goes. So this piece that we placed ages ago, part of this. This goes around that. In theory. Huh. $25 US, pricey but not terribly so. I wouldn't say $25 for a Lego set is that pricey. What's the piece count on them? Generally, I found, and this was a long time ago, but I found anywhere between 10 and 20 cents a piece, Canadian, tended to be a worthwhile pickup. If it was just a set, like when you remove nostalgia, like I think the Optimus Prime set and the Star Wars sets are a little bit more expensive, but like they're just so cool. Like some of the kits that I find, while they're small and a short build, the brick heads are really fun. And I think the price point versus the fun is actually pretty balanced. Oh, so now we attach it. Now we attach it to the front. Did I put that in upside down? Huh. So that doesn't function the way that I thought it did. I am confused. Oh, maybe that's the phone for the tray for a phone, and then this is meant to hold it in place, I guess? Yeah, probably. I have to say, the assembly of the full kit, like of all the pieces, like the way that they've got these flat pieces, this slides just in just so, like it is really, really well designed. Like it's so well designed that it just like it slides back and forth, right? Like it's that snug. I mean, it's very similar to how something like this would be constructed in real life. Like these in real life would be screws, you know? Little machine screws that you just attach the thing with. I'm confused. I thought... Huh. Maybe you have to take the back off in order to put your phone in? That seems strange. Hold on. Yeah, I guess it doesn't like flip open. You actually have to remove the panel. That might be why the panel didn't have a lot of studs on it, maybe? Maybe it's meant to do that. Oh, yeah. Any little bit of pressure and the whole thing comes off. Huh. Flashback to the early stages. $25 in between 250 and 300 pieces. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. But it's officially licensed by Formula One. Yeah, that would be cool. I would imagine there was probably some back and forth between the Formula One engineers and Lego. They use these rail pieces a lot in this kit, I'm noticing. Gets that extra little ridge detail where they want it. I'm going to have Lego dents in my fingers for the next week. Well, it's a lie. Next day. This piece definitely has some tension to it. It's not sitting flat. It's got like a wobble to it. So this is where the flipper goes. Huh. So that's the scuba diving flipper. And that goes here. The minifigure diving fin element is used as a switch for the AM FM channels. Oh, interesting. So like you used it as like a click clack. Click clack. Huh. Just a decorative thing, not like a full-on function. That's awesome. Oh, I see. This is the panel that's going underneath here. I'm just cluing in. That AM FM thing goes here. Again, they're using like the sides of plates, the sides of specialty pieces. Right, and then these are going to attach to the little C-clamps in there. Really snug, like super precise. And then that ridge that I was talking about creates like that little bit of extra depth. Really cool. Man. I hope whoever designed this at Lego got a promotion. Because it is really, really well done. It's antenna time. Deja vu, I've done this for something else before. I don't remember what it was. I feel like it was probably a Star Wars ship. Or maybe the DeLorean. Maybe it was the hook on the DeLorean from Back to the Future 1. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. I remember antennas like this when I was a kid. And then this goes in there. That goes on the back. Oh, there's a little clip. So you can clip it in. Huh. Slick. Oh, here we go. AM has a wider bandwidth and coverage than FM and is easier to detect, even with a simple equipment or if the signal is weak. Nice. 2 of those. Only thing left to do is the handle and the special audio block. Sound block? Sound brick, pardon me. Again, Minecraft brain taking over. Everything's a block. It's like when you have a hammer, everything's a nail. When you play Minecraft, everything's a block. And again, they're building this up, but the visible parts of it are going to be the sides, not the top and the bottom. Pretty cool. Well, the bottom might be visible at the back. 4 of these. M-Dog, what's going on? Hope you're having a good day so far. Always adjusting the antenna on the boombox that took an 8D batteries and lasted for a few hours. I remember having a boombox. I think mine was yellow. That's really cool. Really slick. Which I think I've said a lot over the course of this build over the last couple weeks. I really dig the way that they sandwich the pieces together and then use the sides of the blocks. Bricks. Bricks. I'm just going to keep on doing it now. That's in my head. Like the more you feel self-conscious about something, the more you do it. I don't know where that piece is supposed to go. Oh, I see. It's on the back. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, most music stations switched to FM because the sound quality was better. Some news channels still used AM for broader coverage. Makes sense. Trying to get your news into the rural areas if it's got a wider range. Okay. There you go. So I was right. Or part right. So a little pressure here, and the whole thing just kind of comes right off. Because there's only a couple of studs that hold it in place. All right, so that goes in here. So again, that little orange piece, I'm not sure if you can see that, but that little orange piece is going to press the play button. Precisely in like that. Put this back on. Just little studs in the four corners. Does have a little bit of a sway to it. I don't know whether I bent that or I guess it's just because there's nothing to support it to catch it there. Yeah. That goes up and down. I don't think Lego has anything that has like that satisfying, you know, like that, the thing that radios used to do. Oh no, pieces rolling everywhere. We've saved the best for last. The new Lego sound brick is placed where it can easily be removed for maintenance, so it's the final piece to place in the model. We hope you enjoy discovering every station on the radio, quote unquote for station, because obviously they're just kind of messing with you. And then there is where you can put your phone in the back, and then it just kind of holds it in place vertically. I don't know whether my phone will fit. I've got an iPhone mini, 12 mini, so I don't think my phone is going to be big enough. But we'll put that down. And any music that I have on my phone. Oh, you know what? I might have the royalty-free playlist on my phone. Well, Lego, that was pretty cool, I have to say. So there is like a little click with the on-off. Not as much as you would want. You can maybe hear it. And then this.
Tomorrow's weather, another beautiful sunny day. Tomorrow's weather, another beautiful. Okay, caller, get that sound.
So there's a bit of tension. Huh? I think it's just meant to go back and forth. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to push it past that point of tension. I think it's probably meant to stay kind of like in this range right there, like the 60 to 80 range. So I can push it, and if I just tweak it this way, it's just enough to kind of make a noise. Really slick. You get your little AM FM switch there. I guess we'll leave it on FM. I'm curious what my phone is going to sound like in it, though. Let me just see if I can find a royalty-free track on my phone. Apple Music. The problem with having the royalty-free stuff on my phone is that it messes up my recommendations. Stream meets ambient. No, let's go with need something high-pitched. That'll do. Oh yeah. So just open that up. Hold your phone in place. Oh. It doesn't sound awful. I'm waiting for some bass to kick in to see what that sounds like. Huh. That's pretty funny. Now, of course, you have to get into there to stop it. I guess you could use Siri. Yeah, my phone's a little bit small. Yeah, I think this is meant for the larger phones. So there's the tray for the phone. Very, very cool. Right on, folks. Well, that is where we're going to wrap up the Lego stream. I, however, am going to keep on streaming this afternoon. We are going to boot up and try Modulus, which is a factory game and automation game that I have been brought into the playtest for. So that should be fun. I do need to take a decent little break here, so I'm going to take about a 10, maybe 15-minute break. Maybe make myself another cup of coffee, and we will be back in just a little bit with Modulus. My first time. I've got no idea what to expect. There's going to be probably some tutorials and stuff. Should be cool. If you're watching this later on YouTube, thanks very much for tuning in. There is a playlist for just this set. There's also a playlist for any Lego sets done in 2025, and then subsequent years are also broken up into the year of Lego, but also different sets have their own playlists. So if there's a specific set that you want to see put together, you can go and check that out. You can also watch all the VODs on Joel Duggan VODs, from Satisfactory to Minecraft. I don't tend to play these games unless I'm streaming, so if you're curious about stuff, there's really nothing behind the curtain. Like, I do it all kind of live on stream. So follow me on social media, very easy to find, Joel Duggan, and of course here on Twitch or at Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. And check out the Patreon. If you want to join the conversation, come in, talk about Lego, talk about Minecraft, talk about Satisfactory, talk about new games, talk about AI and cool stuff like that, then hang out in the Discord. That's at patreon.com/Joel Duggan. And I will see you all next time. Thanks very much for being here, folks. Appreciate the support. And for anybody sticking around, again, I'll see you in just a few minutes.